Good day, everyone. My name is Francesca Sarte de Guzman, under Consular Diplomatic Affairs. The title of the series is about My Roommate is a Cat. My Roommate is a Cat is the story of Mikazuki Subaru, who is shy and struggle in a relationship. The genre of slice of life, written by Minatsuki, illustrated by Asuka Tatsuya, published by Flex Comics, English publisher Leshin Comics, magazine Comic Polaris, demographic shoujo, original run June 2015 until present. Volumes 7. My Roommate is a Cat has a 12 characters, namely Subari Mikazuki, Haru, Atsushi Kawase, Hiroto Yashika, Nana Okami, Yogo Okami, Hachi, Roku, Taro, Nagisa Yasaka, Tora Nisan, Kuru, Haru, Akimoto. Episode 1. An Encounter with the Unknown. Transcription. Michi Tonozogu. Subari Mizuki has a chance encounter with a stray cat and brings it home to live with him. He watches the behave in unexpected ways, leading him to come up with all kinds of ideas for next novel to share with this new editor, Atsushi Kawase. Episode 2. I Called to You. Preventing him from working, hoping to get her by offering her food, Subari finds out that he is out of cat food. He reluctantly goes to a store and then a pet shop where the clerk Nana Okami asks him several questions about his cat. Including with that cat's name is after Kawase phones him to name his cat in the novel, he begins to think about names for the cat. He returns home and finds the cat nestled in his reference books. Episode 3. I Touch You. Transcription. Kimi ni Forero. Kawase makes a visit to Subaru's house to talk business and convince Subaru to hold the meeting outside his house. But to no avail, Subaru is interrupted again when Haru messes up his manuscript. And once more, when his pen runs out of ink, while getting some more ink, he stumbles upon an old picture album of his parents that Haru knocks over. He recalls their deaths happened when a tour bus they were riding got an accident. That got him realize that he needs the emotional support that Haru has been providing. Episode 4. For You. Transcription. Kimi no Tame. At the veterinarian, Haru is examined and while waiting for Subaru, and she is apparently frightened by the other animals there. Subaru takes Haru home and sees Nana passing by as she lives in the same neighborhood. Subaru puts the collar on Haru and succeeds after luring her out with food. Sorry, excuse me. What I want to tell you, transcription, Kimi ni Chutai Taikoto. Haru becomes highly attached to Hachi. From Haru's perspective, the Nana's apartment key has a familiar smell prompting her to take possession of it. Hachi turns out to be Haru's little brother and Haru becomes friends with Roku. Episode 6. What Connects Us? Transcription. Chunagarumono. Subaru changes his mind about the book signing event as he falls asleep. From Haru's perspective, she kept her guard up after what Tora taught her, but also remembers to protect the small ones, thus Haru does not attack the children. Episode 7. Once You Can't Be Controlled. Transcription. Giseno Kimitachi. Subari has a writer's block. He falls asleep and recalls his childhood. Hiroto's family moved in next door while he was young, and he would always read a book at every opportunity. While in college, he won the grand prize in a mystery novel writing contest that got his career off of the ground. Episode 8, Because You're Here. Transcription, Kimi ga Irukara. Subari leaves home for the bookstore to hold the book signing event. While he is away, Haru has an anxiety attack, believing that Subaru is abandoning her. After seeing the neighbors come to home to Taru, Haru gets paranoid and make a mess of the house. Episode 9, I Reach Out to You. Transcription, Kimi ni Sashi Dasu. The next day, Subaru is left with a recipe for cooking Haru's meal and decides to try and cook it himself. He goes to the grocery store and is overwhelmed as he ends up with more groceries that he needs due to the pushy salespeople. Episode 10, Eating Together. Transcription, Issue Gohan. Subaru decide to make a trip to Tokushima for a night, and instead of sending Haru to a pet hotel, he leaves her at home and asks Hiroto to fill her food dish 3 times a day. Subaru stays at the inn his parents had reservation for 3 years ago and reflects positively on his experience. Episode 11, Feeling Crossing. Transcription, Megoro Omoy. Episode 12, You and I. Transcription, Kimi to Boku 2. Unable to catch his fight home due to the storm, Subaru takes a bullet train back home and calls Hiroto take care of Haru. When Hiroto goes to Subaru's house, the strong wind prevents him from closing the door and Haru leaves the house to look for Subaru. Haru leaves the house to look Subaru. The next day, Subaru plants the indigo seeds and starts his new novel with Haru sitting on his lap and then climbing onto his head. I have 3 episodes I can't get away. Episode 1, An Encounter with the Unknown. Episode 6, What Connects Us. Episode 8, Because You're Here. Episode 1, An Encounter with the Unknown. This episode remind me of my former pet name Isko because that's how I met him too. Episode 6, What Connects Us. This episode, on the other hand, shows the love of man for animals that can be compared to connection of man to man. Love that cannot be replaced by anything or any material thing. Episode 8, Because You're Here. The episode inspires people who are struggling, and included in that inspiration is to love the activities we design. And I have a motto because of this novel. No matter how hard the life of a person or animal is, there is someone who will believe and love you no matter how you feel. And that's all. Thank you.